Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
Alright, we're gonna ransack his home. Maybe we can, like, steal his food.
This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago.
Okay. Fire! Ashes! Burnt paper! Dun dun dun.
The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here.
Okay.
These words are illegible. The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago.
Right. And then we, let me just ransack his bed. He had little porcelain statues of women. There's another one on top of the fireplace. That is an interesting lighting effect. I'm not sure that's realistic. That's a really interesting lighting effect.
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots.
Right. Huh.
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
Fascinating. His walking stick.
A perfect match. So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
Dun dun dun. He was down there with the gun and they shot them. I guess the deal went bad. He did a deal, it went bad, they shot each other, and he came up here. Let me just not look at him yet. Let me look around here.
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
Okay.
This kitchen knife is quite sharp.
Quite. Kitchen table, sweepings, shredded paper. You can see shredded paper.
There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table.
How can you see
This
that?
kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
How can you see that? Alright, shredded paper. Kitchen table. Suspicious. Cut paper with knife. Oh wait, no, my bad. Deactivate. Got up from bed. Opened the window, looked down, approached the body, took something. Placed broken stick, took something. And then cut papers with knife, and then throw into the fire. Gets up, hobble, hobble, hobble. Hobble, hobble, hobble. He was roused by the gunshots. Hobbled over. Saw what happened. And then he hobbled down. We can fast forward. Okay, we can fast forward. We can hobble down. Hobbled down here. Took a closer look. Probably took something. Oh, he took something. Probably took something valuable. Hobbled back. Looted. Man, that's some pro looting. Just loot some corpses. Took some stuff. Came over here. Shred the paper. Came over here. Chucked the paper in the fire.
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Money. Alright. Books. Fat prints.
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look.
How do you see that? Moby Dick.
Well now, what a find! A precious jewel, concealed inside a book.
Get wrecked.
A bracelet with a unique ram's head design, a distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
Alright. You cut your book to hide this.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
Liar, liar, pants on fire, limp.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Time can pull tricks on you.
The whole truth.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
Liar, liar, pants on fire, antique bracelet.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess. It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window. But you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window, as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home, you hid the precious jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
Dude, you're wasting our time here, Ryan.
That's why it's better to stay at home at night.
You were at home at night, and you still got in trouble. Alright, well, we got our bracelet. Is that it? I think that's it here. Okay, we got all this stuff. Interrogate Leighton at Scotland Yard. Investigate the ancient bracelet. How it appeared at Half Moon Street.
I'll do anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
It would be my pleasure to assist you with your investigation, Mr. Holmes.
Well, good. Continue pleasuring.
Such a young man, and already a murderer.
Such a young woman and already jumping to conclusions, Polly. Alright, let's go to Scotland Yard. Do we need to deduct stuff? Different shots, to the common statement, different shot. Wait, what? The thing isn't a part of the... Alright, well we found the whole... no deductions yet. We found a bracelet, and that's nothing. It's literally added nothing to our deduction board.
Mr. Holmes, whatever brings you here so late at night?
I'm interested in the case of young Leighton Chapman. He was arrested earlier this evening and accused of a double murder.
I beg your pardon? That case is quite clear to the police. Or are there any new facts that we don't know about?
Who knows, Inspector?
Look, you are free to investigate, of course, Mr. Holmes. Chapman was arrested with a revolver in his possession, which you can find in the evidence room. The suspect himself is in custody.
Did you find anything else on his person?
A few personal belongings. Nothing particular, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, Lestrade.
Well, there was a deal to sell things, right? There's already the bracelet. And if the boy killed the two people and didn't steal anything, that doesn't make any sense. Why would he just kill them and not take the valuables, am I right? So that doesn't actually make sense.
So this is the gun that Leighton was holding when he was caught by the police. It is a Webley revolver, a reliable weapon. It seems as though the shells were not removed from the cylinder.
Two shots out of 6.
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
There were 2 shots. According to the cripple guy, one of the shots was distinctly louder than the other. The second shot was distinctly louder than the other.
2 out of the 6 shells have been fired. There were 2 shots.
So it shouldn't be from the same gun.
A cheap watch, bought with his own money, no doubt.
An apple.
These cigarettes are filled with cheap tobacco. Nothing interesting.
Two different shots. Turner could hear the contrast between 2 fired shots, as in fact 3 shots were made. At first a single shot was fired, and then 2 guns fired simultaneously directly afterwards. Turner could hear the contrast between the 2 fired shots as they were made from different points in Half Moon Street. Reenact crossfire at Half Moon Street. Double murder. Kentliff Butler and Brian Vigotti were the victims of a double murder carried out by one person. That's possible. The witnesses' testimonies and the crime weapon clearly point to one possible culprit, Leighton Chapman. No loot. Well, let's talk to the boy. Let's see what he has to say for himself. Are we gonna have to look at the bodies as well?
Please escort this suspect for interrogation. Good evening, Mr. Chapman.
Who are you? I've got nothing to say. It's all a mistake.
Calm down, Leighton. I have come here to help you. To find out if you truly are innocent, as your younger brother Wiggins has told me.
My brother? You know him? Then that means you're...
Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, blimey. All right, Mr. Holmes. I'll tell you everything.
Alright, let's look at them. Massive scar on the face. What did that? A bear? Did he have a fight with a shark? Like, what could possibly do that? Deep scar, occasional fights, grew up on street. That's a massive scar. There was something. Wait, what? Oh, come on. It was there and then it's not there. There. Recent beating, resisted arrest, hot-headed. Fancy scarf, downtown fashion, cushy job, office clerk. Office clerk? He's an office clerk? Westgate prison tattoo, committed a crime. Same tattoo as the other guy.
Good. Tell me your account of what happened.
I left my work and I hurried up to see the fireworks in Whitechapel. I was late, so I decided to cut through Half Moon Street. I saw the first fireworks light up in the sky. I bumped into a constable on a corner before entering Half Moon. Then suddenly, what with all the firework flare, I saw two men. They were both lying flat in the middle of the street. I stopped where I was. I thought about turning back to the police, but as I was thinking of that, I saw a third person. He was leaning over the body that was furthest from me. The second I saw him, he raised his head and he stared at me. In a flash, I saw his gun, but he made a dash for it instead and he escaped through Whitechapel Street.
Okay.
So you might still have had time to return to the constable.
I panicked. I didn't know what to do. Anyway, I approached the bodies just to see if they were still alive. I saw that one had blood pumping out of his stomach. He was dying. It was horrible. The second one was already dead. He had a hole in his head. He was holding a gun in his hand though. I took it. And then I followed the third man.
You did what?
Interesting. Pray, continue.
I turned a corner and I saw the man standing in the middle of the street. He seemed to be in some sort of panic. And then, Mr. Holmes, something strange happened. I told the police and they laughed at what I said, but I swear to you, my words are true. I started running towards him. But then I was blinded by a flash. It was so bright that I hardly saw anything for a good dozen seconds. But I kept running forward. As I arrived in Whitechapel, I heard a woman screaming. And then I was caught by the police. But there wasn't a trace of that man. Of course, then they found a gun and all that blood. I couldn't see the murderer escaping and all that mess. Perhaps I was still half-blinded at that moment.
A thrilling account, my young man.
Okay.
Leighton, are you able to describe the person whom you saw standing in Half Moon Street?
Well, I wasn't able to see his face at all. It was too dark, and he was too far away. I could see his silhouette.
And what about that?
Nothing so special. He was wearing a jacket. He was quite average in size and his weight.
I see. Was there anything else that struck you at the time?
No. But perhaps... It's strange, but I can't remember the sound of his footsteps as he was running away. Perhaps it was because of the fireworks or the surprise of me seeing him.